voiding of urine into inappropriate places, and encompasses the repeated passage of feces into inappropriate places. So here's the encompasses. Encompasses, sometimes called fecal incontinence or soiling, is the repeated passing of stool, usually involuntarily, into clothing. Typically, it happens when impacted stool collects in the colon and rectum. The colon becomes too full and liquid stool leaks around the retained stool, staining underwear. Eventually, stool retention can cause swelling, distension of the bowels, and loss of control over bowel movement. And then the most cases of encopresis is constipation. And in constipation, the child's stool is hard, dry, and may be painful to pass. So as a result, the child avoid going to the toilet, making the problem worse. Why making the problem worse? Because the more nga ma-stuck og dugay ang stool sa bata didto sa iyang colon, the more nga mas lisod niya igawas ang iyang stool. So it means pag bation na ganitag kanang kasi aron na, so dapat igawas na lang jud. Kay the more nga mas ma-stuck ang imong stool dito sa imong colon, the more nga daghan kag complication nga maagian. Maglisod pa kag pagawas sa imong stool noon. So that's it. So these are the symptoms of encopresis. A child with encopresis may have other symptoms including loss of appetite, abdominal pain, lost watery stools, bowels movement, scratching or rubbing the anal area due to irritation from watery stools, decreased interest in physical activity, withdrawal from friends and family, and secretive behavior associated with bowel movements. Next, we have the enuresis. The medical name for not being able to control your pee is enuresis. Sometimes enuresis is also called involuntary urination. Nocturnal enuresis is involuntary urination that happens at night while sleeping, after the age when a person should be able to control his or her bladder. Involuntary urination that happens during the day is known as diurnal enuresis. Enuresis is diagnosed when children repeatedly urinate in inappropriate places, such as clothing during the day or bed during the night. So, kung kagaina, itong topic is all about this sa stool sa bata, karon na po is all about po siya sa pagpee sa bata. So, there are two types of enuresis. So, the first one is the nocturnal enuresis and the second one is the diurnal enuresis. So, from the word itself, nocturnal, so it happens every night during nighttime sleep of the children, and it is also the most common form of enuresis. So the next one is the diurnal. So it happens during waking hours and it is less common than nighttime. And this type of enuresis is common for females than males. So that's it for enuresis. So these are the symptoms if the child is having an enuresis. The main symptoms of enuresis include repeated bedwetting, wetting in the clothes, wetting at least twice a week for approximately 3 months. So that's it. And that ends my presentation, and I hope you guys learn something about it. So thank you for listening, and God bless us all. Good evening, everyone. I am Erica T. Daug, and my topic for this evening is all about types of emotional disorder. So we have here personality disorder, elimination disorder, eating disorder, and the last one is the mood disorder. So I'll be the one who will be tackle the personality disorder and the elimination disorder. So let's start. Alright. Personality disorder. It is a type of mental disorder in which you have a rigid and unhealthy pattern of thinking, functioning, and behaving. A person with a personality disorder has trouble perceiving and relating to situations and people. So, personality disorder, usually, nagasugod ni siya at the teenage years or early adulthood. There are many types of personality disorders. Sometimes may become less obvious or throughout middle age. And in some case pod, you may not realize nga you have a personality disorder na pala because your way of thinking and behaving seems natural to you and you may blame others for the challenges you face. So, kita as a millennial, dapat beware ta no, dapat mag-self-reflect ta sa atong kaugalingon kung Healthy pa ba ato ang personality? Kay basig wata kabalo guys, nano day tay personality disorder. Kapre sa tong giingon kagay na nga kanang feel nimo nga kanang normal pa ka kay dili man gud mahalata nga kanang the way you think or behave is kanang feel nimo natural lang na sa imuha pero dili na siya natural. Labi na karon o kanang sa ato ang kuan online class kanang stress ta sa kanang daghan kay babag eskwela ta kanang sa signal kanang mo black out rag kalit nya di ka kasulod sa klase kanang mayana tas daghan kay mga requirements pero dapat chill ra jud ta guys, chill ra jud ta para at sa Boulevard charot. Okay, next we have the passive aggressive. Passive aggressive behavior is a pattern of indirectly expressing negative feelings instead of openly addressing them. There's disconnect between what a passive-aggressive person says and what he or she does. So, people with passive-aggressive behavior express their negative feelings subtly through their actions instead of handling them directly. This creates a separation between what they say and what they do. So, kanang kung unsay lang ginaistorya, kabaliktaran kung unsay lang ginahimo. Same for example, a woman is studying with her boyfriend in the same room. She is upset with him. But instead of telling him that she is mad at him, she blasts the music on their laptop to bother him. So girls, alam niyo na, kanang pag mag-away mo ni boy, niya na si boy nga, okay na ta? Niya na din si girl nga, oh, okay naman. Pero cold kayo. Pakit-cute para ibigin. Charo. Anyway, so kanang, okay, i-relate na to sa tong klase kanang, tahay si teacher, nagklase na siya, niya nahuman na siya. Himutan na siya nga, nakasabot nasabtan ko class niya mo na din ng mga estudyante nga yes ma'am, yes sir yana pagkahuman kay mag-ask na siya question niya uy makatubag karang anak good nakuha niya akong point classmate gay another example kanang sa inyong group of friends ini nga kuyog mo niya na-feel niyo nga nadyo something wrong sa iya ha so pangutan-on ninyo yung isa ka friend mo nga uy Jessica okay ra ka. Yung mana po si Jessica nga, oh, okay raman ko, maana na si Jessica, pero feel jud ninyo nga, di jud okay si Jessica, kay karang, luya kayo siya niya, iyang naong kilain kayo, kay karang, mugot kayo niya, ma-feel jud ninyo nga, na jud siya ginadala nga dako nga problema, ana ba? Nakuha ninyo akong point, classmate? Karang, ana good? So, I hope nga, nasabtan ko ninyo, no? Sige, next. So, these are the specific signs of passive-aggressive behavior. The first one, resentment and opposition to the demands of others. Procrastination and intentional mistakes in response to others' demands. Cynical, sullen, or hostile attitude. And the last one is frequent complaints about feeling underappreciated or cheated. So guys, alam nyo na kung namoy nga na yung mga signs, so positive mo. Positive mo sa passive-aggressive behavior. Namoy nga na nga behavior. Dili mo positive sa COVID, ha? Charot. Okay, next, we have antisocial personality. Antisocial personality disorder, sometimes called sociopathy, is a mental disorder in which a person consistently shows no regard for right and wrong and ignores the rights and feelings of others. People with antisocial personality disorder tend to antagonize, manipulate, or treat others harshly or with callous indifference. They show no guilt or remorse for their behavior. So, sa mga individuals with antisocial personality disorder is often sila nga makaviolate sa law. Tas, ang uban kay mahimong criminals, they may kanang mangatik sila, and then they behave violently or impulsively and have problems with drug and alcohol use. And because pud ani nga kanang disorder kaning antisocial personality is kanang dili nila magampanan ang ilahang kanang mga responsibilities sa ilahang family or sa ilang trabaho or sa school because ani. And then there is no exact cause of antisocial personality disorder. Kanang wala jud siya exact nga cause nganong nakay ang disorder, pero ang genes may take you vulnerable to developing antisocial personality disorder, and life situations may trigger its development. So, dako puday ambag ang atoang genes ani bantog makakuan ta og antisocial personality disorder, maka-acquire ta ani kay tungod sa atong genes, and then mas matrigger pa jud siya because of life situations. So dako jud kay impact sa ato ang life classmate, no, ang kanang kung unsa imong environment, unsa ang mga nakasurround sa imong nga tao, kay maapektuhan jud ang imong behavior. Kunwari kanang ang imong circle of friends kay kanang mga drugs, naka-drugs mga mga nagainom, mga ana, mga naga-smoke. So ikaw syempre nagud ka na nga circle of friends, madala jud ka, diba? So dapat kita as a millennial dapat be aware jud ta, kanang dapat be careful ta kung kinsa man ato ang mga friends. Though wala ko sa ingon nga naga-judge siya kung kinsa man tumiinom kay mga kuana, pero dapat atong i-control atong kaugalingon. And then I have quote for you guys related with this. It says na, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. Yeah, so kung kinsa man ang imong mga group of friends or people nga nakasurround sa imo is najud na siya percentage sa imong life nga maka-affect sa imong behavior, the way ka mo act or everything, najud na siya impact. So I guess nakuha ninyo akong point. The next one is the elimination disorder. Elimination disorder all involve the inappropriate elimination of urine or feces and are usually first diagnosed in childhood or adolescence. This group of disorders includes enuresis, the repeated voiding of urine into inappropriate places, and encopresis, the repeated passage of feces